Melissa Correa is at a scene about 3 miles from the school, suspected to be the suspected shooter's home, where law enforcement is looking at possible explosive devices there as well. So again, if you are in this area near Santa Fe High School and you see a suspicious device or a package, please call 911. Do not touch that package. In the meantime, you heard, like Ron just said, the chief of police, Santa Fe PD, also mentioned that there are fewer than 10 fatalities. But again, they're having trouble confirming these numbers because remember, at least 6 people have been transported to area hospitals. That includes a Santa Fe ISD officer. They don't know the extent of the injuries right now. And because there was a shooter involved, possible explosives involved, they don't know how they were injured. So unfortunately, the death toll there is where it stands right now, between 8 and 10.
Yeah, the big takeaway for me is to be on the lookout because these explosive devices are found in and near the school, and also near the school right now. Melissa Correa, she is where this second location near the school where law enforcement is gathered looking for more evidence. Melissa.
Hey there, Ron. Yeah, I was listening to that press conference just like you, and as soon as authorities said, listen, Santa Fe community, be on the lookout for anything suspicious, my heart dropped because this community just continues to get pounded by trauma and tragedy. This second scene, we don't have confirmation yet that this is the location where authorities did find explosives. We do know now that Santa Fe police are confirming they found explosive devices on and off the high school campus. We're 3 miles away. We do know that they're searching a mobile home just down the street from us for the potential of explosive devices. And Reka and Ron, this has been the scene all morning. Law enforcement vehicles literally racing back and forth from the high school to this trailer home here on the 19,000 block of Highway 6. To give you some perspective, we're posted up at Thompson Road. That is the nearest, or the closest rather, that we could get. Now, I've been doing some social media in between our live shot hits, and for those of you who have access to Twitter, I pulled up some Google image maps to show you at the last check what that area looked like, where authorities are now essentially camped out and searching for explosive devices. It's a heavily wooded area. It appears that there is one home in addition to a long trailer home on the property. Photojournalist Mars Juarez was actually coming this way from Katy to meet me this morning, and he said earlier in the morning this area was still available. He could still access it. There were maybe 2 or 3 police officers parked outside of the home there. But around 10:30 this morning, it was all hands on deck, with authorities shutting down this road and access to people. Now, you talk about authorities saying, listen, community of Santa Fe, if you see anything suspicious, call us. As far as we know, neighbors who were on their property here along Highway 6 are still at home. You cannot move in and out of the neighborhood, but if you're on your property, we believe you're okay. So that should ease some concern when we're talking about the potential for explosive devices, which could be anywhere. And the other question is it somewhere else in this community? I hollered at a Galveston County Sheriff's deputy who's directing traffic, asking if they know of any other scenes that are under investigation. He said he's been swamped with this scene. He does not know, but at least 2 scenes, Santa Fe High School and this mobile home here on Highway 6, now being swept for the potential of explosive devices. You got to just pause, and your heart aches, not only for the parents who are dealing with this, but neighbors who are detouring through this community who are now on edge, on alert on this Friday afternoon. We know a couple of ambulances are also down there, Ron and Reka. Don't know if it's because explosive devices, don't know if there's the potential for anyone to get injured, but I will note today authorities are handling these investigations outside, and it is a hot day. Law enforcement already shuffling lots of water in between. So in addition to the safety and the security throughout the investigation, there's concern for law enforcement, and we know Governor Abbott's going to be here for a press conference at 1 o'clock today. This just continues to unravel, and each time we get an update, there's more concern, more worry for people in this corner of Galveston County. So far, KHOU 11, the only television station live from this vantage point here at the second scene. I'm hoping my colleagues can do us some teamwork and ask questions about everything that's going on. But again, authorities here in Santa Fe confirming they did find explosives on and off of Santa Fe High School's property. And I'm going to leave you with this view, Reka and Ron, to talk over as the day moves forward. Guys?
Well, Melissa, can I ask you a question now? Can you give us more of an idea of what we're talking about in this neighborhood? This is it a mobile home park, or is it a mobile home by itself surrounded by homes? Can you tell us?
From what I was able to gather, Ron, from Google Images, and again, I don't know the last time they did those satellite images. It's got to be recent, right? Google does us justice with that. But it appears as though it's a home and a trailer home, and then a heavily wooded area, like quite a few trees. You can see all of that green space there. It doesn't look like there is anyone immediately neighboring the property, which is conducive for Santa Fe, because a lot of these homes sit on sprawling pieces of land. It's nothing like in Houston, where we're used to just our neighbors literally on top of each other. But I can tell you from what I can see here on Highway 6, I've got a couple of businesses off to one side and appeared some mobile homes on this side. And then right in front of us, Ron and Reka, you can see we've got a small mobile home park here, but no one's really come out of that mobile home park. We did see someone cycle down Highway 6 earlier today. They were unaware of the investigation that was happening behind them. But the unfortunate thing is, as we try to track down people to talk a little bit about whether or not they know the neighbor's home that's now being inspected by authorities, people just aren't close enough to that property to give us an idea of what could be happening there. But I will say this much, they've set up for the long haul. They've got tents out there, they've got a communications truck out there, they've got ambulances out there, and at least a dozen different law enforcement agencies or agents are out there as well. I'm assuming Galveston County is handling this investigation, but since KHOU is the only one here live, we haven't been able to get those types of questions confirmed. But it's safer to say this is more of a secluded area, Ron, if that answers your question, than what we're used to seeing in the city.
And you're near Thompson Road.
Off of Highway 6. Melissa Correa, thank you so much.
Thompson Road and Highway 6.